Hey, Eagle Run 23. Welcome back to the channel. We got a nice little garden tool here. This is a Japanese weeding sickle. Picked this up this summer. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw it and just had to have it. We do quite a bit of gardening, and this little weeder looked like a cool solution, and I've used it several times and it's awesome. I absolutely love it. But a couple things about it: I took it right out of the box, peeled the sticker off, put it right to work. It was sharp out of the box, and I want to get rid of this. So we're gonna hit that with some sandpaper. We might end up just refinishing the whole handle, and this steel is rusting on me. And I did have some oil on it, but that doesn't look good at all. So we're not gonna do like a restoration or anything to it. We're just gonna hit that with some sandpaper. I've got a little sanding block that I think will work fine for it. And we'll just try to do a better job of keeping it oiled. But we're gonna get it cleaned up first, and then we will deal with the rust, and we're gonna sharpen this. It's a single bevel. This side is flat. You can't see that. There we go. This side is flat, and this side actually has two angles on it. It's got this this first large bevel, and then it has a smaller bevel. Now this will almost fit on the Tech Studios profile. In fact, we might try it on the Tech Studios profile, and if not, we'll just do it by hand. So we'll kind of see what happens here. But again, thanks for watching, and we're gonna get to work. There we go. So this is I mentioned a Japanese weeding sickle. It's called a Nejiri Gamma, and I don't know how to say it or how you're supposed to say it. When you hear it translated, it almost sounds like with a T instead of a J, like Nejiri Gamma. But I don't know how to say it. It's spelled Nejiri, Nejiri, and we're just gonna say Nejiri. But it's a Japanese weeding sickle. And that's, if you find, they're on Amazon. I think I paid 20 bucks for this on Amazon, 18 bucks. And I would really recommend them. Let's see if this is gonna fit. I wonder if that's all right. So it does fit. It's gonna be easier. We should probably just do that. All right, let's give it a shot. So I would say that's less than ideal, but we don't need to flip it. So I guess that'll be fine. All right, so technically this thing is in there. That is less than ideal, but I think it'll be all right. It's just a garden tool. Everybody settle down. It's a very dirty garden tool. All right, so I'm guessing that this is a 25. Can't really tell yet. Let's see. Okay, it is not a 25. Let's see about a 20. Oh, it's a 20. Huh. All right. Yeah, and it looks like we're pretty even across there. I wonder if this has ever been done before. I've got a playlist that's called Sharpening Things We Shouldn't. Maybe this is... I mean, you're supposed to sharpen these, but you're not supposed to sharpen them on a Tech Studios. But it works so well, why would you not? I mean, I'm really not going to have to do much to it. I'm on the coarsest stone, and it's already looking pretty good. I mean, we're not going to halfway do this, so we're going to make it as sharp as we can. That's awesome. I'm amazed at the versatility. Pretty cool. I wish that this, part of this being a $20 tool, I wish that this steel was a little bit thicker so that it was just a little bit more substantial. It doesn't feel unbalanced in your hand though, which is cool. I think we're gonna do coarse and medium coarse and maybe just touch it with the medium fine. I'm not gonna disgrace my best stone on a garden tool, but yeah, if that steel was a little bit thicker, I think it would be a little more durable. But, I mean, I'm sure they have handmade ones of these that are a little bit more expensive, probably a little better made. That's done. I mean, it doesn't need anything else. Let's do one more here. This is the 50-40 microns. I guess I thought this was going to give us some more trouble. So the handle is squeaking down here. That's that annoying sound we hear. I'm trying to hold it away. It actually has a really nice polish. That's awesome. So I've been using this as it's intended, as a weeder. But I also had a little section that I wanted to just kind of extend this little flower bed. And so it had Bermuda grass in it. And I thought, man, let me just see if this will do it. And you know what? It dug down and scraped that Bermuda grass back like a champion. And thankfully the soil was moist, because it wouldn't have done anything to the clay and if it was hard, but it was soft and it just dug out. It was just about a 1 foot section of grass I removed with this. And after I was done with that, I was like, I'm gonna have to sharpen this thing, because I was pretty mean on it. And there's rocks and all sorts of stuff in my dirt. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's keep going. This is a sharpening channel. Let's make it sharp. I mean, it's, that's so slick on there. Are we gonna paper test this? I feel like we should. Are we done? What the heck? This is silly. That's not great. Let's flatten the back of this. And let's see if there's anything else we can do to help this out. It's a really nice little edge there. All right, this is silly. I was trying to hold this thing and it's really kind of awkward. And then I thought, I have a device to hold these things. So we're gonna flatten the back of this. Let's put a little bit of lube on there. We're gonna flatten the back of this with an Arkansas softstone. All right, never before been done here. I wonder if I should. Don't talk to me about my technique. I think I just invented something. All right. I'm doing my best to impart no angle on that edge. So I'm really kind of pushing down on the back to make sure that that stone doesn't roll off the edge. There's nothing rough, so it should be flat. All right. This might tell us what we want to see. Oh, nice. Okay. So it was a little high here and a little high across the edge and back to the tip there. But that is perfectly flat. I wonder if now I should go back and sharpen it now that I got the back flat. I can't turn this. Or can I? Oh, I can. But it doesn't go flat. Can I hold it flat? Probably not. All right, we'll redo it. Okay, serious question. How sharp does a garden tool need to be? Asking for a friend. I guess the answer is as sharp as I can make it. All right, so that angle was pretty low. And that is not right. So let's go up. I think we said it was a 20. Is that what it was? I'll remind you, we did make a mower blade shave sharp this summer. If you missed that video, go back and find it. Now, it wasn't, you know, it cut hairs technically, so that's all we asked it to do. Because it just doesn't have that tacky, sticky, sharp feeling to it. I mean, obviously, it's sharper than it was. All right, let's quit while we're ahead here. All right, do you need to shave with a garden tool? Oh my gosh. It's shaving sharp. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. All right, well, let's see what it looks like on paper. Yeah, look at that. We made some crazy improvement. Oh, well, I might have just ruined this thing, but that is stinking cool. All right, well, this is definitely going on the things we should not sharpen playlist. Be sure and check that out. All right, let me show you what's next. Should I even set that on the blade? I don't want it up because it's like dangerous. All right, whatever. Next is a Schrade old timer. Look at this thing. It's got this, definitely the sheath it came with. And Schrade USA 1430T. And that's all the markings it has on it. So, rubber handle. This would be a solid go-to hunting knife. The gut hook feels sharp. I'm probably not gonna mess with that. Yeah, that's sharp. It just cut my finger. It has a bit of an edge on it, but it's just real crude. It looks like it probably wasn't fine enough. So we'll get it cleaned up, and that'll be the next video. So make sure you're subscribed. You can see that one. That'll probably be the next video. All right, Eagle Run 2-3. Thanks for watching.